Howdy ho, neighborinos. Once again, it's your ruggedly handsome cybersecurity pal, Keith Bird, with another edition to Cybersecurity for Civilians 101. Today, we're going to talk about a little news item which made the cyber news feed last week and what we can learn, or rather, re-emphasize from it. On the week of July 16th, a report came out that 7 free VPNs had been keeping logs on their customers even though they promised not to. If you'd like to read more on this subject, I have links to the story in the notes below. Now, I gotta explain a little bit on this subject. When you set up a VPN, a virtual private network, it's basically a private tunnel between you and the internet. Everything to and from the internet in your computer is encrypted and goes through the servers of the VPN service. If you're not familiar with this, I have a link to the explainer I made on VPNs in the notes below. Now, what you need to understand is that the VPN service, by its very nature, has to have access to your internet traffic. If they didn't, they couldn't do their job. They're the ones encrypting everything, and everything you do goes through them. So that's kind of the way it is. However, what these free services promised was that they weren't keeping logs on what you looked at. And it turned out they were lying about that. Also, as it turned out, these 7 VPN services were all basically owned by the same company. So what can we learn from this? Well, if you watched my video explaining VPNs, you might have caught something that should have set off your spidey sense right off the bat. They were free. Now, I need to make it clear, I don't mean to insinuate that every free VPN service out there is spying on you. But as I have pointed out in that video and multiple places elsewhere, it's an ironclad rule of life. Somebody's gotta pay the bills. If they aren't getting money from you by charging something, then they're getting their money somehow. So the upshot is that I don't recommend free VPN services. What I do recommend is that you check different sources of what you're already using to see if they provide a VPN service. For example, maybe the anti-malware service you're already using, like McAfee, or maybe your internet service provider is already offering VPN as part of what you're paying for anyway. Or maybe they just want a little bit extra for the VPN service. Also, I recommend, since a VPN has access to your network traffic, that you spend a little time researching which one you use. And probably you need to stick to a well-known one instead of one from a company you've never heard of before. I like having a VPN service, but obviously not all of them are created equal. Anyway, that's it for this week. If you want to be notified when I put out a new video, be sure to click on the subscribe button below. Thanks so much for watching, and God bless.